Hi, my name is Beck. Welcome to my YouTube video. And today, what I'd like to share with you is something that I call the 5 don'ts every entrepreneur should be aware of. The 5 don'ts. You see that? There we go. The 5 don'ts every entrepreneur should be aware of. And what do I mean by that? Well, 5 things every entrepreneur should not do. Don't do these 5 things in your business. And what are these 5 things? Well, let's get right into it. The first one is don't ignore customer service. Don't ignore customer service. And let me explain that. With millions upon millions of business transactions happening over the internet, it's easy to forget that those email addresses, those subscribers, those customers, those visitors that come to your site, they are people who have dreams, goals, aspirations, probably very similar to yours, and they are very likely to return to your website, return to your offer if they have a good experience. If they feel like you're talking to them, if they feel like they are a person and not just a name and an email address. And it is highly suggested, I would even go so far as to say it's highly required, to ensure that you have some way of interacting with the people that are visiting your site. And this could be either through live chat, through surveys, emails, instant messaging, or phone. But the point is, you have to have some vehicle, some avenue, some way in which you can communicate, preferably live if possible, with your prospects, subscribers, and anyone else visiting your site. So the first thing is, don't ignore customer service. Don't ignore the opportunity to provide value and interact with those individuals that, again, are your subscribers, prospects, visiting your website, whatever the case might be. Well, so what's the second one? Well, the second one is don't give away value. Let me elaborate on that a little bit. Don't give away a ton of value without getting something in return. And I'm not talking about a monetary exchange. Okay. Let me elaborate a little further on that. Before you've established yourself or your brand as a leader or an expert in your niche, offering something for free can turn it can turn into a great interaction, and possibly even a long-term subscriber or a long-term customer, especially if you're promoting a service as opposed to a digital or physical product. However, the cost of giving away free products, or giving away an abundance of your time, if you have a service, that could be costly. That can add up very, very quickly. Alternatively, think of offering something useful and intangible in exchange for a customer's name and email address. Some ideas might be, you could offer a free ebook, or say, for instance, a how-to downloadable PDF file, or perhaps free access to a webinar. Also access to maybe guides and checklists that will be useful to them, and any digital products that you may have access to. So definitely give away value for free, but don't go overboard, to where it affects your profit. Don't go overboard where it gets to be expensive. Use some common sense with this and some balance. Okay. So number 3, don't extend yourself. Don't extend yourself in social media. And when you're starting off, with marketing and building, your site, your reputation, your brand, and so forth, test out 1 or 2, main social, audiences where your audience is, and can build a customized audience with a small budget. Don't blow your entire budget on advertising, at the start, as soon as you get out the gate. Don't spend all your money on advertising. All right. Now, what I mean by that is, don't try and put posts and advertisements on every single social media site known to man. Focus and zero in on, I would say, 1, 2 at the most, 2 social media sites, and really master those. Really build a following on those sites before you start expanding out to, say, something like Instagram or Snapchat, or whatever social media site is out there that you'd be interested in. Focus on 1 or 2 and really master those first. two of the big ones that I would recommend is, would be like Facebook and maybe YouTube. Those, master those two, and then branch out to some of the other smaller ones. But definitely, if don't try and cover all social media sites. Focus on one or two and really master those first. So, what's number four? Number four is underestimating the required drive that is necessary to be successful. And now, and again, just to reiterate that, don't underestimate, the drive that is required to be successful. Now, everyone I'm sure has heard the argument on the importance of, the work-life balance. All right. While this is important when you're first starting out your business, when you're first starting to build your business or your brand, there may be times where you have to put in a 10, 11, 12, maybe 13-hour day. It may be required. It may be required. And and it is a sacrifice, but it is a temporary sacrifice. You can't go into building your business with a 9-to-5 employee mindset, because your results will be shallow in comparison to what they could be if you put in the required time and effort. Now, the other thing to keep in mind about that, also remember that if you have to put in 11, 12, 13 hours, it's temporary. It's temporary because as you put the work and effort in, eventually your business will get to the point where you will have the freedom. You will have the freedom to spend your time the way you want to. And it will definitely give you the freedom to spend more time with your family, spend more time doing the things you want to do. But at the get-go, at the start, again, that's where a lot of the effort will be required. And they say that when rockets are sent to the moon, so to speak. Well, where these rockets spend most of their fuel is the takeoff. Once they get up into the air, they use very, very little fuel. Well, again, that's the whole point with this. Don't underestimate, what is required, what effort, what focus is going to be required in order to get your business going. All right. And again, this is only at the beginning. Think long term. It's not going to be like this forever. Just think of it as it's a temporary situation until your business starts to really grow and develop, and then you'll start seeing you'll have more and more freedom. Okay. What's the fifth one? What's the last one? Well, the last one is one size doesn't fit all. One size doesn't fit all. What do I mean by that? Just because a product or a strategy has worked for one company or for one entrepreneur, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. Do you realize that every single human being on the face of the earth is unique? That's right. There are no two people that are exactly alike. Learn from what others have done and what they are doing, and then apply that to your style, apply that to your approach, apply that to your personality and how you like to do things, okay? Apply it to your uniqueness. You will be rewarded not because you are running your business and marketing like some other successful entrepreneur. You will be rewarded because of your uniqueness and your approach, and that is what's going to help you to stand out. So these are 5 things every entrepreneur should not do. Don't do these 5 things. And again, just a real quick recap. Don't ignore customer service. Definitely spend time in building those relationships. Don't give away value without getting something in return. Keep an eye on it. It's okay to give away some freebies, some free items. But again, watch the cost on those. All right, don't give away the store just to get a single subscriber. Don't overextend yourself in social media. Don't try and hit every single social media site. Focus on 1 or 2 at the very most. And don't underestimate the required drive. What is going to be required at the beginning, when you're first starting to build your business, just remember this is only temporary until your business starts to grow and develop, all right? And then lastly, one size doesn't fit all. Just because it worked, this strategy or this tool or whatever worked for that entrepreneur doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. Learn what you can from other entrepreneurs, but then apply it to your style, to your personality, to your uniqueness. So hopefully you got some value out of this, and if you did, please leave a comment. I definitely really enjoy reading your comments, and I comment to and I respond to all the comments that I receive. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There'll be a subscribe button similar to this somewhere down here in the bottom corner. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would very much appreciate it. And if you are interested in learning more strategies, more insight, more tips, learn about more tools that you can utilize to be successful online and to really grow your business and to be the absolute best entrepreneur you possibly can be, then go ahead and check out this link. Now, this will be a hyperlink below the video. Definitely go ahead and check this out. Now, this is not an MLM. This is not an income opportunity. It is not a bait and switch. It is not a website where you can download software, put it on autopilot, and sit back and watch money start coming in magically. No, it is a training center. It is a training hub designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs that will help you to be, again, the absolute best entrepreneur you possibly can be. So go ahead, check it out. I think you'll find it very, very interesting and definitely very useful. Thank you so much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, but until then, have a fantastic day. And again, thanks so much for spending some time with me. I'm sure really do appreciate it. Bye-bye now.